vehicles that I think should be added into the game of Need for Speed 2015. As you guys know, Need for Speed 2015 is a really, really popular game where they have a lot of cars and it's all about living that street racer life. They want to make it as real as possible, and they succeeded at everything. Here are five cars that I think should be added to the game, and I would really like to see those cars come to the game. Oh my gosh, I'm crashing everywhere. But yeah. So the first car that I would like to see on this list is a 1993 Toyota MR2. I like how they have the Supra. The Supra is a very powerful inline six, and that's nice. They have that, and they have the Tirreno, also known as the E86, and they also have an AE86, which is also a nice. Well, all three of those are nice additions to the game. But where's the MR2? The MR2 is like, if to my liking, it's my second favorite Toyota vehicle. You know, I would have definitely liked to have an MR2 way more than to have an A than to have the what is it? Is it the AE86 or is it the yeah, I think it's the AE86. The car that was also made by freaking Scion and Subaru. Like, why do you have to have three of the same exact car? They all have the same exact specs. The only difference is the name on it. That's the only real difference. And the MR2 is a really nice car, and I think it'd be a really great addition to the game. And that it's a really good rear-wheel drive car, and that's just the first vehicle that I think should be added to the game. And when you see the rest of my list, you're probably gonna say, "Hey, this guy." I mean, I feel like at least one of my cars should be put up here. My second car, a 1995 Mitsubishi Eclipse. I don't see any Eclipses in this game actually. This is the only Mitsubishi that I've seen. Um, it's a Mitsubishi, and it drives, but where's the Eclipse at? I said 1995 Eclipse because I like the hatchback type style. For maybe like the first Fast and Furious. The first car that Brian O'Connor drives. But I wouldn't mind having the Mitsubishi Eclipse from Too Fast Too Furious as well. The 2000 to 2003 version. I don't mind that. I just do not want to see any spiders. I don't want to see any convertible tops, and I don't want to see any topless vehicles. I want hard tops. Okay, just hard tops. It'd be a great addition to the game for all those car loving fans, because we have all these people who are making like Brian O'Connor, you know, um, vinyls and decal kits and all this other stuff. Why not get that car in the game? That car would be awesome. You know, that car would be amazing actually. And it doesn't really matter which version of the 1995 you get. The GSX or the GST. I think that it'd all be just, as long as the car is there. You know, it'd just be a great addition. Just if the car is even just there. Next car, you guys are gonna clown me for, but I was thinking the RX-8. Why not? Why not the RX-8? The RX-7 is a really nice drifting car. The RX-8 would, I think that if the RX-8 was put in the game, it'd be really good. With the rotary engine, it'd be like a really good form factor for the game. And that again, to get to all those maniacs who really like tuners and people who really like to quote unquote rice things out, that'd be a really good vehicle. And because as I said, they don't really show the cars that people want. If that car was in this game, I'd definitely buy it. There's two different MX-5s and there's an RX-7, but there's no RX-8. You guys can put in more than one model of the same exact car, but you can't put in the cars people want. That's what I don't understand. So what was that? That was 3 cars so far. I had another honorable mention I have an honorable mention, and that would definitely be a Toyota Celica. Let me see what this guy's doing. See if this guy wants to race me. A Toyota Celica would be good in this game, but it's not in the top 5. It would never be in the top 5. I'd be surprised if it's even in the top 10. Toyota Celica would be pretty nice though. I mean, it's not a bad vehicle, it's not in the top 5. The next vehicle, I would say, and you guys are probably gonna make fun of me for this, but and say that the car is probably overused or outplayed and all that stuff. A Lamborghini Veneno, 750 horsepowers. A game that was put in Need for Speed Rivals. I don't think I've seen it anytime after that. I don't think I've seen it. I just really would like to see that car in the game. I think that it'd do really well. I think that it'd get a lot of VODs, etc., etc. It's really powerful, and it's just an iconic car. I mean, at least I didn't say Bugatti, because if I said, add the new Bugatti in there, I'd probably get like a bunch of hate comments, and that's not what I want. Okay, maybe that is what I want, because views are still using what I want. Oh, I'm horrible at this right now, because I'm trying to think and talk and drive at the same time. It's actually getting really bad. But yeah, it's just a car that I feel should be added into the game, and in real life, it has a really expensive price tag of like $4.5 million, but I'm pretty sure that can be bumped down into like game status, maybe like 300 grand. It'd have to be the most expensive car in the game, no doubt, but it'd be good though, and the last car, which is definitely car number 1, I mean, it should be car number 1. If anything, this is the one car that everybody should want in this game, and that is I'm gonna have to say this, a 350Z or a 370Z Nismo. The car, gorgeous. If the car was in the game, I'd buy that car and not buy any other car. No joke. For someone to own a Nismo, a 350Z or a 370Z Nismo would be so amazing, and they should make it, and they should put it in different variants. They should make like 2 different variants, 350 and 370, and make them both Nismos. The 350Z Nismo comes with like 300 horsepower, a little over 300 horsepower. Like, come on, what are you guys doing? If I was making this game, if I was making the cars, and if I was choosing the cars that'd be in here, it'd honestly just be a bunch of tuner vehicles. Like, not just a bunch of tuner vehicles, like there'd be other vehicles in here too, but the vehicles that I'm a lot more familiar with are tuners, and that's my fault for being a tuner lover, but I really think that those cars would do great in this game, all 5 of them. Do I have any more honorable mentions? Any other cars I would love to see in this game? Definitely. 3000 GT, Mitsubishi 3000 GT. I think it's 3000 GT, sure. Honda Del Sol. It's a small car. It's basically, I wouldn't say basically, but the power would range between a Miata and an MR2. It's not a bad car. It's just the potential for it is so low. Honda Civic EX. Yes, Honda Civic EX. Not that hatchback. No hatchbacks, man. I'm talking about straight up EX or DX. That's what I want to see. They gotta get more variants, man. More variants of vehicles. I'd like to see a different version or a different variant of the Impreza. The STI. I'd like to see the rally version of the Impreza, actually. I'd love to see that. I'd like to see an Evo 10. I'd love to see an Evo 10, actually. I'd love to see an Evo 5. At that, the Evo 5 is actually really nice. Um, but they need to get a lot more cars that are. I understand, sometimes getting, the car made and sometimes getting it licensed and trademarked and all that can be difficult. I understand that. Oops, I left the game by accident. I can understand that. But you guys need to understand that sometimes, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I think that those, the cars that I named, that my top 5, and, my honorable mentions would be great additions to the game. Me and my small fan base of like 20 people, obviously won't get these cars put into the game, but a lot of, if everybody just joins in, we could all make this happen. I don't think I've seen a McLaren P1 in here. I've seen a McLaren, but I don't think it was P1. I don't even know if it's called a P1. Add that. Let's make a note of that. I don't even know if it's called a McLaren P1. There's no infinities in this game. There's no infinities. They need to make an all classic car update where they take a bunch of cars from like the 60s. Like I know they have a few cars in here that are old, but I know like some legit cars like a 6'4" Impala or whatever, like Bel Air, man. That'd be nice to just have like a Bel Air. But that's my top 5 for today, and that was my video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you gotta do. Just make sure that we get these cars put into this game because they are very important. But that is my video. Peace out.